Chef Bukola was the most famous chef in all of Abuja. Her restaurant, Gourmet Haven, was the best place to eat fine food in the whole city. Everyone knew about it. Rich people, powerful senators, and even important foreign guests came to eat there. The restaurant was beautiful, with fancy tables and bright lights, and people paid a lot of money to eat there. Chef Bukola was very strict and serious about her work. She always wore a white chef's coat that was clean and perfect, and her tall chef's hat made her look even more important. She shouted at her workers all the time, making sure everything in the kitchen was perfect. "This is not good enough," she would yell if a dish was slightly wrong. If someone made a mistake, Bukola would get very angry and sometimes fire them right away. The workers were all scared of her. They worked as hard as they could, but it was never enough to make her happy. In the middle of all the noise and shouting in the kitchen, there was a quiet young woman named Amaka. She worked as a dishwasher at Gourmet Haven. Amaka spent her days washing piles of pots and plates, scrubbing them until her hands were sore. She wore a faded apron and tied a scarf over her hair to keep it out of the way. She was small and quiet, and most people didn't even notice she was there. But Amaka had a secret. She wasn't just an ordinary dishwasher. She was the eldest daughter of the Emir of Zaria, one of the most powerful kings in Nigeria. Amaka had grown up in a royal palace, surrounded by servants and luxury. Her father, the Emir, and her mother, the queen, wanted Amaka to understand how ordinary people lived. They sent her to Abuja to work hard and learn about life outside the palace. Amaka agreed because she wanted to be a good leader someday, and she knew she had to understand the struggles of regular people. Even though Chef Bukola was harsh and rude, Amaka stayed calm. She never complained. Even when Bukola shouted at her, she worked quietly, keeping her royal secret to herself. The other workers liked her because she was kind and polite, but they didn't know who she really was. One busy afternoon, Amaka was washing dishes when she accidentally dropped a plate. It fell to the floor and broke into pieces with a loud crash. The whole kitchen went silent. Everyone stopped what they were doing. Chef Bukola turned around, her face full of anger. "Amaka! Useless girl!" Bukola shouted as she marched toward her. "Do you know how expensive that plate is? Do you think we can afford to break things in this restaurant?" "I'm very sorry, chef," Amaka said softly, looking down at the floor. She bent to pick up the broken pieces, her hands shaking a little.